So I'll just explain the game that we're gonna warm up with. Starting with my man athlete, the foot sweeper. Then you lay down, please. Oh wait, so okay. So this is something I call like foot phobia, or at least that's what I call it for the kids' classes. And it's pretty simple. I don't like feet, so I want the feet away from me, right? And we don't have to have like a super high pace now. I just want us to flow and move and, you know, get our body going a little bit. So pretty simple. He's trying to point his feet at me. I'm trying to point his feet away. You're gonna be here, he's moving back. Ooh. Right? We keep moving around just to get our bodies going. Okay? 1, 2, let's go. Hey guys, so today we're gonna do some reverse close guard. We start off easy with some warm-ups just to get loose, retain, and also go from a defensive cycle into offensive cycle. And now we're kind of repeating what we did yesterday. So they worked on, yeah, pretty simple entry from like a K-guard position. And yeah, we've done tons of attacks from there, from reverse close guard, which hopefully I think people need to repeat a little bit just so that they refresh their minds. And today we will progress and advance a little bit more further on those topics. So north-south position, just give me a hug. There we go. So I'm gonna go back into guard, and then I want to basically change from a defensive cycle into an offensive cycle, right? So what I'm looking to do now is to push his weight to one side, and I'll use my huge bicep against his puny body to push him to the side here. This creates a little bit of a space in front of the shoulder, so I can bring my elbow on the inside, and then I'll do the same thing to the other sides. So I'm going to bring one knee in between, and I can now use my other foot to hook the opposite side here. So depends a little bit on which side you like to play. In the end, try to find which one is comfortable. Maybe you try both sides. But you're bringing one knee to keep the distance, and then you're bringing your foot across the hook, the opposite side here. Now once you have your foot hooked, you pull yourself in, and here you are now coming back to guard. Now if I wanted to go back to a neutral position, here we are, right? But I'm already in a good position to start playing, so why not utilize it to start setting up attacks? Guard. Yes, precis. Det är inte allt jag vill ha. Så när du kommer hit. Once we're here, you guys can play around with the different things that we've been doing. Maybe you have one thing that you want to improve on, so you want to work a little bit. Try to always look for this foot here, as this is kind of like your anchor, and you might also go for the hips if the hips are a little bit high. So go up on your knees here, Afid. If this is the case, I'm always looking to connect myself to the hips, but once I have the hips, I can start looking for the foot. Okay? So then we have the heel hook, we have the sweep. Yeah. So we're pushing a little bit away to create the distance that we need. Now my leg is going to go out, and as I'm out here and I'm going to move this leg, I also like to do this. So especially with the guys that are turning the knee quite far up towards the ceiling, I'll bring the knee down to the floor. So I'll bring it up.
Just a rule free?
What?
Just rule free or
yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
You're gonna fucking kill me for that. I have no clue of only Liam have been doing it all.
What I need is to practice how to get
The watermelon pass. Brazilian watermelon. Beautiful. Hey, switch body up. I've been playing it a lot, but not with all your details.
Yeah.
Han får välja. Det är samma, om man backar mig upp så är det lugnt.
Du vet, varje gång kameran kommer så knullar han mig. Alltså det har hänt flera gånger på best practice. Han tar det lugnt och så kommer en kamera och så bara...
Very nice.
I think you broke my back.
Very good, good rounds. Not everybody's tired. It is what it is, and sometimes you end up in really shitty positions. And I think that's a part of jiu-jitsu as well. Learning how to defend in the shitty positions, learning how to survive in the shitty positions. So even though it might not feel like your best day, or you didn't feel like you got to do the things that you wanted to do, especially if you're training with higher level people, then that's a perfect time to feel like, okay, at least I managed to recognize this position, I managed to recognize the threats. You know, look at the positives, look at the things that you managed to do through the training, and work from there. You want to add something? No. Thank you guys for today.